What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol BBBY for Bed Bath & Beyond. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this will be a newer one to the channel, but more importantly, I should let you know they gave us an earnings announcement before the bell on today's session, and that obviously led to a bit of a gap higher, but we did fade off throughout the entire day, sort of closing relatively weak back inside of the prior day's range. That is, of course, Wednesday. I do want to quickly throw on the extended hours session here just to make sure we're not missing a pre-market high, and we're not. Okay, so there was a new high that was set in today's session. You can see that here. Again, this is kind of where that pre-market high was. We broke that, put a new one in today, and the pre-market low is also here at 1190. I'm not sure if that's a real print. Sometimes Thinkorswim likes to throw us off with those things. It's very difficult to tell without actually watching the price action unfold, but we'll just throw a level down there just in case it does come in handy in the future. So turning the extended hours back off, let's take a look at the daily and just pop back in our daily roadmap. So pointing out the most obvious areas of support and resistance, then we'll talk more nuance as we get down to the 30-minute intraday time frame. That's roughly what I would point out for now. Maybe this prior support acts as resistance too, closer to 17. But again, it was a bearish candle on today's session. Earnings catalyst didn't really do us much justice. The other thing you could start to do is draw in a resistance trend line from this high. Doing something like that, that's technically your first touch. This one's technically broken. It's very steep no matter how you draw it in there. So I don't know if you want to watch that forever or just, generally just keep in mind what I'm getting at here. The essence of the trend line is just to illustrate that we do have lower highs in play and lower lows as well, just firmly indicating that yes, in fact, we are in a downtrend. So that's kind of it from the daily. I suppose we should also map out that pre-earnings low. That's from in here at 1336. If it breaks, yeah, that overnight low that we spotted at 1190 certainly could be in play. Let's take a look at the 30-minute just to see how the move actually unfolded. Again, big upper wick on the 30-minute here, indicating some selling pressure right at, or rather as that move was unfolding to the upside. So really, the buyers didn't have any firm footing at all during today's session. Even on the move lower here for the dead cat bounce, it's not like we retraced significantly into that first 30-minute range. So once again, to me, a sort of weak sign or a weak show of strength, rather, I suppose, if that makes any sense, from the buyers. Just not really, no strength from the buyers today. So coming in with the fibs from the high to the low of the first move, what you'll notice is that the little dead cat bounce, that little green candle here, did not make it to your 38.2. That, of course, is bearish. This time coming in from here to here. And what we'll notice here is that on this dead cat bounce, we did make it to the 38.2. We closed a single candle above and then rolled back over a little bit. And in the post market, we're kind of right at that number, 1490, 1495. So, maybe slightly above, kind of closer to these highs right around in here. That's really what I would start to use as a pivot. Again, it's not so much based on the fibs because we know that structure is usually going to be a little bit more important. So let's go ahead and throw that on because it's so close. So here we go, 15. That's going to be your pivot. If we're above, there is a possibility to come back up towards the high of today's session. Maybe the resistance trend line, maybe 1586 could be on the radar coming from this horizontal area here. Or if we open up below 15, I would sort of step aside, wait and see if we do make an equal low to this, which we know is 1332. And if that breaks, that's where the more initiative downside trade comes into play into 1190. Quickly coming on over to the trade tab, what you'll notice is that this is a hard to borrow stock. However, the volume on the put side of things is pretty decent, right? There's a lot of liquidity here. The spreads are fairly tight. So if you did want to short it, that is an available option. That's going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it today or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.